In the next episode of Coast Zone, we're down here at the south side of the Central Coast at Hardy's Bay Club. This community-run club ditched its poker machines in support of live music and community events. And today we're here celebrating International Women's Day.
The Central Coast Festival of Women wrapping up in Hardy's Bay with words of wisdom from the first Matilda's captain, Julie Dolan.
It's about, celebrating everything that has been achieved. But for me, and probably for everyone here, it's also about inspiring the younger generation to carry on building on the legacy that has been built. And that's a very important thing. These days, I believe it's a very different battlefield for these guys in terms of what has gone before. So they are standing on the shoulders of giants.
Accompanied by local clinical psychologist Lara Keogh and young Paralympian Rae Anderson.
It does take a lot of life experience to build your confidence, and for me, I've been really lucky that I have been put in quite different circumstances, and for Lara to sit up here and say, like, a lot of people, it takes a life-changing moment to realise they have to live life every day. And I think for me, growing up with cerebral palsy, I didn't realise the effects that was having on me mentally. And for me, I was trying to work out why I was living life so differently to everyone else, and stopping and trying to smell the roses, but also trying to get everything done because I didn't know when life would end. So for me, it is about having the confidence to go about what I'm doing. It is about embracing the small things.
The community afternoon tea wrapping up a week of celebrations across the Central Coast, embracing equity and celebrating the social, economic, cultural and political achievements of women.
I'm really proud of the women of the Central Coast and the work they've done to make the Festival of Women just a part of a fabric of our society now, an opportunity for women from across the coast, from all walks of life, to participate on the levels that they want to.
And obviously, weren't speaking today, but obviously, big message, I guess. What was it like to hear from, say, Julie Dolan and some other people that, have been in similar shoes to you?
It was really beautiful. And I think everyone in the room, myself included, took home a number of messages of inspiration and little tweaks we can do with ourselves, looking at these three amazing women and what they've done with their life and their strategies and ideas to actually make life even better for women.
Yes, you've had a bit of a journey yourself. You've gone from sporting, now you're in politics, you've got a lot of achievements, I guess. What's your message out there to the young ones that, whatever dream that they've got?
It's absolutely beautiful. I was at the station the other morning and there were kids going down to the International Convention Centre for the state leadership program, and I gave them a bit of a flyer and said, you know what, I was a prefect one day, you know what, you can be a member of Parliament one day. So I think we as women really collaborate. And I think Coasties know that I'm just a woman from the community, and I'm approachable and part of our community, and I think we collectively want the absolute best for our community. So it's not me, it's together, and it really is on the shoulders of the women of the coast that I'm in this role. So it's a privilege every day to be able to do what I do, but know that I'm supported and I will be out there doing the absolute best I can for the women of our community.
And how important is that female voice in Parliament, and would you encourage others to consider it as well?
Absolutely. I think Paralympic sport, playing against the blokes in Spain, gave me a bit of a oompher, and it's definitely still really male dominated in the Parliament, and I do a lot of work behind the scenes. We do a lot of work across the Parliament to make sure women are supported and to create a space for other women to come into the Parliament and bring it on. Hopefully the next Parliament in New South Wales will have a higher female representation. But yeah, the voice of women in leadership is super important, and I think on the coast we probably don't have as many women as other places do in positions of leadership. So sisters, don't be scared to ask, don't be scared to get up, and I think it's the taking of the risks. Women don't tend to put themselves out there as much as blokes. Blokes will shoulder someone out of the way to have a go at something they don't even know how to do, I think, at times. So I think, sisters, let's hold each other's hands and let's lift each other up. So we know we can do it. Let's be there and do it. And then, like Rae Anderson said, like our vulnerabilities, everybody's got vulnerabilities as well. Like Julie said, yeah, let's confidence. Rae said vulnerabilities, but we're a combination of so many different inner beings, and it's about getting the best of those inner beings and taking the risk and doing the things that, and Julie said as well, about helping others, and Lara said it too, like the best thing you can do with life is to help others. So yeah, where there are opportunities, I think women do a great job.
All made possible thanks to Ray White Hardy's Bay and the community-run club.
I first got involved about 15 years ago because my friend just wanted to play music here. But we had a situation back then where some locals had let money to the club. The club was in financial difficulty and those locals were going to lose their money. So we got involved at that point because we wanted to help those people get their money back. At that stage, we then sold the club, which meant we sold the land, the building, the bus and the poker machines, which was all we owned. And we got 80% back of what those people had invested. The new owner built things like the pergola, this area, new fridges, done up the restaurant, etc. But after some period of time, he moved on and it was resold. And then COVID hit. I thought, that's it, we're gone. And some people that you know said, let's have another go. So volunteers came together, we did a GoFundMe, some people made very generous donations. I went and got free paint, people painted, people cleaned up, and we're still doing that to this day. Most of our furniture in here is second-hand. We went to Liesl Tesch Club, we went to Gosford Liesl Club, and got anything was going. We get tables off council cleanups every month or so, and someone collects them and someone else paints them up, and that's why our furniture doesn't match. So we have an amazing group of volunteers that have become really good mates. The friendships that have been forged down here are amazing. Unfortunately, we don't have money to pay any musos, and those musos originally came to me and offered to pay for tips, and we're still going. Without those musos, we wouldn't have a club. End of story.
It's not, and that's the vibe here. It's not so much it's a community club. It's
1000%.
about, music. It's about bringing together, like today with your International Women's Day lunch, and it's like a community centre, but with,
it's about
alcohol.
Reaching out to the community, bringing to a lot of people in this area that are on their own. They just need somewhere to go and meet people, have fun. We're kid friendly, we're dog friendly, we're a community centre, and that's what it's all about.
The celebration capped off with inspirational words from local woman Lara Keogh and her journey to get to where she is today.
Talk us through, at 17 you were faced with a bit of a challenge where you had to take on your mother as a full-time carer. You've then gone on and furthered studied. Talk us through a bit of that journey,
Yeah, so when I was 17, so mum had a health crisis. She ended up having a really long hospital stay, so she was in hospital for several months. So just the family situation that we had, I didn't have any extended family, so I lived alone during that time, and kind of, I worked as a waitress, just as you do when you're 17, and then I dropped out of high school at the time, and at the last minute went back and did my HSC exams because my school principal at the time, she was, really supportive, and she just said to me, it doesn't matter at this stage if you fail or if you drop out, they're both the same, so why don't you just do it and see what happens. So I did that, and whilst I didn't do as well as I would like to think that I would have done otherwise. I still did actually well enough to get to uni. I went on and went to uni and, worked full time, was carer of my mum who was home by that time, and, continued working, continued studying, did that for many years, and ended up getting, 2 degrees, so that was
And
great.
now you work in our healthcare system, so you're within Gosford Hospital?
Yeah, I am now, So I've had sort of more than 20 years working in various health settings across New South Wales Health, so I'm in Gosford Hospital now.
Yeah. And this year's theme is about embracing equity.
Equity.
And what does
Indeed.
that mean? So there's a bit of confusion between some people with equality and equity, but there is a big difference.
Yeah, well, I think that Julie's it was glorious summary. It was beautiful. Like, equality means, we've got women and men's teams, but equity and how much resources do we give to each of them. So it's about making sure the resources are equitably distributed so women get their fair share and the opportunity, because the pendulum still has got a long way to swing, so we're equal.